Hey there, kitchen mutants and all the flies. It is Friday night. I am your favorite daddy man in the kitchen, and that can only mean one thing. That's right, it is time once again for Mutant Cafe Live. We are not in the cafe tonight. We are outside on the balcony. It is so nice out, and it is a celebration night. You know, tuxedo worthy, maybe t-shirt tuxedo. I look like that guy in Carrie, right? At least I'm not wearing the blue tux. Anyhow, it is a celebration tonight. It is not only the season 2 finale. Put my hands in my pockets. I use them too much. Season 2 finale of The Last Drive-In, which everyone is super excited about. Ashley Lawrence and Doug Bradley will be in the trailer, or at the trailer, in the trailer, and it is also the finale, the final episode of our State Fair food series. We've had such a good 8 weeks with tons of State Fair and Carnival Festival favorites. And we are going to end it tonight with a big one. We are doing, per someone's request, grilled sausage, pepper, and onions. But I, being the over-the-top person I am, could not possibly just do grilled sausage, peppers, and onions. Come on, let's throw them on the grill, put them on a bun, you're done. We are going to make all of that into a delicious and super hearty pasta sauce and serve it over this yummy Bucatini pasta. If you've never had a Bucatini pasta, it is very similar to a spaghetti, but it is about twice as thick. And the cool part is it has a little tiny hole in the center running through the entire length of the pasta. So as it expands, it's going to get nice and fat, and then it's going to have that big tube inside of it. It's going to become a big tube, so it's going to collect a little bit of that sauce. So when you're taking a bite, you're going to get a little squirt of that really delicious grilled sauce in every single bite. All right, so let's get started as we always do with the ingredients, because we got a lot to do and the grill is getting nice and smoky. So let's do it. Grab your beer, grab your cocktail, grab your ingredients if you're cooking along. This is it, y'all. Season 2 finale of The Last Drive-In. Where'd the 9 weeks go? All right, 1 pound of Italian sausage. We are going with this delicious local made sweet Italian sausage filled with herbs and garlic. You can see it in there. Yummy, yummy. You also notice you guys are on the exact same camera now, YouTube and Twitter. I caught the comments. It looks a little ridiculous when I'm looking up and you're watching down here, or I'm looking down here and you're watching up there. Now y'all are exact same. There's 2 of me now. Mixed green, red, yellow, orange peppers, whatever you like. The red and the orange and the yellow are a little sweeter. Everyone knows what a green pepper tastes like, so that is your choice. 1 big yellow onion. We've talked about it before. I like the Vidalia, nice and sweet. 1 pound of red tomatoes, and a couple of these are the ones that came from Brittany in Texas that were green last week. So see, in 1 week, now you got perfect red tomatoes. All you gotta do is put those green tomatoes or those blushed pink tomatoes by an already ripened tomato, or maybe a slightly over-ripened tomato, and they will start to ripen as well within a week. 2 tablespoons of olive oil, always use the best you can find. Salt and pepper, 128-ounce can of crushed tomatoes or tomato puree, whichever you prefer. We're going to grind it up, so it doesn't really matter. I always find one that is imported from Italy. It's about $1 more a can, but man, is there a difference in taste. Trust me. 1 cup of chicken stock, 1 tablespoon of Italian herbs. We got those in here. We're using dried. I've also got some thyme that I'm going to show you from the garden. My thyme is going insane with this humidity. 3 cloves of garlic, 1 pound of that Bucatini, 1/2 cup of shredded or sliced parm cheese, and that's it. That is literally all you're going to need for this delicious meal. All right, let's get some of this stuff off to the side. Let's get the tomatoes out of the way. Some of the stuff we're not using until the end, just kind of put to the side. Y'all remember this table? If you used to watch me, this is the table that I used to cook on all the time. I will not go back. It's okay for something like this, but man, I do already missed that big table. All right, we got some of this out of the way. This out of the way. Here we go. See, small table. All right, first things first, we are going to cut these peppers and onions. If you got a question, by the way, Hubs is in the chat room as always. Give him a shout. Make sure you tag Mutant Cafe. Over here, got my waste bowl, as I always do. All we're going to do is we're going to cut these right down that stem part, that green stem part, on both sides. Okay? And then cut those ends. And then you should have your stem and all your seeds right there. Easy, easy, easy. If you need to maybe pull a little bit of this white part out, feel free to do that as well. We're going to do that for all 3 or 4 peppers, depending on how many you're using. All right. And we're going to cut down that side. Pepper number 2. Again, the core goes in there. Get all those seeds out. They'll burn off on the grill. No big deal if you leave a couple of them in there. One more. Get that green one. Just like good sharpening. There we go. You can always tell that a pepper is getting a little past its prime when it starts to get a little soft. Kind of hard to cut. Okay. Rest of that out of here. Now, if you got those 2 big halves that you did, you're going to want to kind of just very gently go right down that center. Don't go all the way through, but kind of cut that end so it can kind of lay a little flat. Right. All right, there are the peppers. Let's get those out of the way. This is all going to go on the grill at the same time, all these veg. It's kind of a nice, easy recipe. You can get everything on the grill, step back, have a beer, because there's really not much to do once it gets there. Okay, you're going to cut both ends off these onions. Take the skin off. We've talked about that before. All right, here's the question I always ask. What are we watching? We all know we're watching Hellraiser 2. There's no way we're not watching Hellraiser 2. The only way we're not watching Hellraiser 2 is if we're watching Hellraiser, I think it's 5. Please tell me we're not watching Hellraiser 5. I love you, Doug Bradley. I love you, Ashley Lawrence. Cut these really thick. You're going to want 3 or 4 slices. We're going like half an inch thick here. Because if you go any thinner than that, it's going to burn. Okay? Nice and thick. Yeah, that one's no bueno. They're both in it. I'm not going to spoil it for you, but they're both definitely in it for some length of time. Ashley Lawrence is playing Christy. So we're done with this. Now I'm going to get a small cutting board and a serrated knife. We talked about this last week with the tomatoes. We're going to cut these tomatoes, again, in about a ½ inch, maybe a little thicker slices. Tomatoes, make sure they're firm. If they're getting really mushy, they're going to be too wet. You're going to hit that grill, and they're just going to all tear apart. So make sure they're firm. So they're almost like a day or 2 from where I would call them ripe and use them on sandwiches. Nice and thick, okay? Don't worry about that core. We'll cut that out later. So these 2 are pretty big. I think I'm just going to use 2. These other ones we will save for another time. All right. All right. Grill time. There's Hub's hand. Thank you, Hubs. All right, let's get this olive oil in a nice big bowl, because what we're going to do is we are going to brush these veg and get them on the grill. All right, brush them with olive oil. Ooh, smoker. Brush every single piece. You don't want it sticking. You don't know their name. Get it all covered in oil so it doesn't stick on your grates. You should always try to use oil on your grates as well so your product is not sticking. Keep it nice and clean. Now these are going to cook for about 5-10 minutes. Just want them to start softening up. With those skins to start getting a nice color on them, loosening up a little bit. And I do the exact same thing with the onions. Nice and covered with olive oil. Oh, so anyhow, second movie, we did listen to a song from the original motion picture soundtrack of Kuzo, because if you follow my other account, the Daddy Man account, I'm a Kuzo freak. Poor Chris from Mutant Theater 2, Frank from MutantFam.com, and Evan from Lurking Transmission. They're a little tired of hearing about Kuzo, but whatever, Kuzo's awesome. Great, so we're getting these tomatoes on here as well. Your grill gets filled. Go ahead and just leave the tomatoes off for now, and we'll put them on with the sausage. Get my towel here. Hands wiped off from the oil. So we're going to hit all of that with a little bit of salt and pepper. Just a little. You know how I am. A little bit of seasoning every step of the process. Alrighty, it smells so good. Very Italiano. And very much like a state fair. Who doesn't like the sausage and peppers and onions at the state fair? That's so good. Beer? No guesses, Hubs?
No guesses.
No guesses. Come on, everybody. What's your second guess?
But according to Mutant Foodie, I'm entitled to half of your empire.
The half of this enormous empire. How much does that empire equal, Hubs?
Well, if I had a quarter, I would be better off.
It's really hard to split a penny, Mutant Foodie, Stacy. So hard to split a penny. We've tried. He will someday have half of my empire. He has all of my love. That's all that matters. All right. Just grilling away.
Lurking Transmission wants to know what you said about him. I think that's going to be talking about Kuzo.
Oh, because I was saying how much I talked about Kuzo and how much you are probably sick of me hearing or talking about Kuzo. Kuzo. It should be our second movie. He said post-apocalyptic. He said a monster movie. I can't think of a better post-apocalyptic monster movie than Kuzo. With the soundtrack from Flying Lotus. It's so good. It's a song we were listening to at the beginning. Movie, I get it. You're going to have to take every drug you have in that house, including prescription drugs and non-prescription drugs. But it's an amazing movie. Turbo Kid was another one that I did hear. That is a great movie. We just watched that, Hubs, right? With the F This Movie marathon. And I had never seen it before. Man, is that a good movie. Funny. It's a little sad. Definitely action. The only thing I think that's missing there is the monster. I don't know. I mean, I guess the big bad is a monster, kind of. Right? I don't know. And that actress, man, is she good. She's somebody's sister, and I'm trying to remember whose sister, but she's super good in that movie. Shia LaBeouf's sister? Shia LaBeouf's sister. That was another strong contender, but who knows? It's the last drive-in. You could watch Hugzilla again, for all we know. Right, Hubs?
Mm-hmm.
It's pork sausage. Welcome to the Chicago Outside. We opened our lakefront. I guess, sort of, part of it. I don't know. The rest of it Monday. No beaches yet. Took a bike ride. It was amazing. Feels good to get out. A little scary to get out, but it feels good to get out. Keep hitting this with the olive oil if it looks a little dry. Never have enough olive oil in your pasta sauce. All these different peppers. Y'all are familiar with different colored peppers, right? I'm shocked somebody told me that how unfamiliar they are with vegetables. Vegetables are amazing. It's like people are like, I don't like lettuce. Well, what kind of lettuce have you had? Head lettuce, you know, that big lettuce thing that you get. There's a million different kinds of lettuce that are amazing. Talk to Lurking Transmission Evan in the chat room. He is a veggie man. So many good different kinds of lettuce, arugula. I think even Hubs wasn't a big fan of lettuce till we started digging into all those good lettuces. A good way to know your peppers are getting close is they're starting to get all this yummy juice on the inside. That is a big ass hornet. We're outside. Did I mention we're outside? All right, this is doing good. This is on almost as high as it'll go, by the way, if you're curious. See these tomatoes? They're starting to get all wilted and delicious. That's going to give that a nice roasted flavor. And for those of you that are veggie in the audience, all you're going to do is leave the sausage out. All these vegetables in here are amazing. You could literally cut lengthwise some celery and some carrots. Last couple minutes, hit those on the grill. Eggplant is delicious. So many different vegetables you can put in a pasta sauce. Make this completely veggie if you wanted. So yes, this is an easy recipe, like I said. The last episode. Oh, speaking of, let's talk about the next series. We haven't announced it yet, I don't think. Did I announce it last week? I may have. I get a little tipsy and say a lot of things. Anyhow, if I haven't said, don't worry. Those of you that are new to the Last Drive-In and are new to Mutant Cafe, Last Drive-In is over tonight after tonight, and I know that's sad, but we do have a substitute for you. We're not Darcy and Joe Bob, but we do our best. Please join us next week for the season 2 premiere of Friday Night Frights. What is Friday Night Frights? Friday Night Frights is Mutant Cafe, Mutant Theater 2, and MutantFam.com, as well as Monster Movie Happy Hour, getting together starting exactly the same time right here in Mutant Cafe. We're going to cook along for about 40 minutes. They're a little shorter. And right here on this YouTube channel. Then you're going to jump over to the Monster Movie Happy Hour YouTube channel. And they're going to have a cocktail for you. This goes along with the evening's theme. Then what you're going to do is Mutant Theater 2 will be selecting 2 movies every single night that we are all going to press play on our copies. Some of them, most of them, will be streaming somewhere. And some of them you may have to grab your own copy, especially if you don't have the streaming service that they're on. So that is fun. Nice little double feature there. And then if that wasn't enough, at midnight Eastern time, you are going to jump over on MutantFam.com's Twitter feed, or YouTube page, or you can go on MutantFam.com, and they have a /marathon, I think it is, and they have an awesome drive-in screen set up right there, and they have a whole entire late night programming. Sometimes it's some movies. Sometimes it's a movie with movies from the Madhouse, who are my personal favorite. Sometimes it's movie reviews. Sometimes it's a ton of shorts. Sometimes it's a mix of all that. Like, he always does an amazing job of keeping you entertained for at least another 3 or 4 hours. Sometimes he goes even way longer than that. He is a sponsor, by the way, and I'm saying it's Frank from MutantFam.com, of the big upcoming, and I apologize, I don't know the date, so if someone knows it in the chat room, please shout it out, Mutant Palooza, which is going to be a huge all-day marathon of original movie content. So you like Togzilla? They've got all kinds of movies out there that are just looking for a distribution deal, and they don't have one yet, so they're going to festivals like Mutant Palooza. Anyhow, I got off track. Friday Night Frights. So that all starts at this normal time, 7 o'clock Eastern time, and it's not over until like 4 o'clock in the morning. And so the new series that we're doing for Mutant Cafe is Friday night TV dinners. There you go. I'm going to make sure I said it right. You know, it takes me at least like 3 episodes before I can get title of things. We're doing Friday night TV dinners. I asked you guys a couple weeks ago, sneakily, I just said something about like, what was your favorite kid dinner, or what did you eat when mom and dad went away? I asked it on a couple different posts, and I got all kinds of great answers. So I'm going to take all of those kid favorite Friday night TV dinners, Saturday night TV dinners, weekend TV dinners, basically, and I'm going to recreate them. And we're starting next week with my absolute favorite. I love this as a kid. I've tried it recently. I will not touch it out of a can. We are recreating SpaghettiOs. That's right, the actual little pasta, and you will be able to find it at most grocery stores. It's not a specialty pasta, and it's got delicious beef meatballs, and it's got that super sweet, tangy pasta sauce. Yes, we're doing 2 pastas in a row. I know, but I didn't plan very well on that. It didn't occur to me that we were doing. I thought one thing and then another thing and didn't put them together. But we are doing another pasta, and it's SpaghettiOs, and it is a lot of kids' favorites, a lot of grown kids' favorites, a lot of mutant fans' favorites. So we got all kinds of other fun things planned for that. I got about 10 weeks of those Friday night TV dinners planned. Some of them are elaborate. Some of them are super simple. You're going to have a great time. And they all are going to hopefully go with the movies we picked. Chris, Mutant Theater in the chat right now. Mm-hmm. Do you want me to tell the movies? I don't even remember the movies. Why don't you tell the movies and then I'll repeat them? I know the first movie because that's the movie I was... Oh, yes, I do remember the movies. Tell me if you want me to tell the movies or not. If not, we're going to announce it like Sunday. I don't need to tell. They're good movies, though. They're super fun movies. I think you're all are going to like them. So we're almost done here. You can see they're getting nice and soft. You're getting that nice black char on the skin side. He said yes. Oh, you do want me to tell you? All right, so the movies, the double feature, the Friday night double feature next week to go with SpaghettiOs, starting at, let's see, this starts at 7 o'clock Eastern time. So starting at 8 o'clock Eastern time, we are going to be pressing play on Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. One of my absolute favorite horror comedies. I know Joe Bob said he's not a huge fan of horror comedies. I personally think it's the best horror subgenre. So we're starting with Attack of the Killer Tomatoes, and then the second film at 10 o'clock Eastern time, I believe. Yeah, 10 o'clock Eastern time is The Host, Bong Joon-ho's first movie? Second movie. Bong Joon-ho, his big kind of breakout, although a lot of people still haven't seen that movie. Yes, it's subtitled. It's worth it, trust me. There's so much action going on. There's not a lot of talking going on in that movie, so don't worry about the subtitles. Yay! Friday Night Frights next week. Let's not take away from the Joe Bob awesomeness. Could you grab me a bowl, babe? Forgot to get my bowl. All right, so we're going to pull all this off the grill. Thank you. Yeah, and I'm going to hand Hubs. It's hard working outside. For those of you who weren't around, we did, believe it or not, we did an appetizer. I had a little gig that I was, the Hubs and I were heading out to with the Bloody Good Horror Podcast. There you go. On a Friday night, he was at work downtown. I finished work at like 2 o'clock. So I packed up my backpack with all the ingredients for this amazing little shrimp appetizer, and we did it live downtown Chicago on the Chicago River. So we do some stuff like this, just not that often. I've also been out here. One of the before we started Friday Night Frights, Mutant Cafe started doing, or I started this whole gig because Mutant Theater was around, and we're doing double features, kind of just like, now at the end of season 1, we were all, or they were all bummed that, we wanted to tweet along together. They wanted to tweet along together. We all wanted to tweet along together. They came up with the great idea of let's just keep doing double features, Mutant Theater, yada, yada. So they asked me to do this. So the fourth episode, I want to say, that I started Mutant Cafe, I was also outside. The cameras were flipped the other way. So if you don't recognize all this, that's why we're flipped. And we watched Bad Moon, which is a crazy 90s werewolf movie. And we also did Hell Night with Linda Blair. And it was an Into the Woods night. And no, we did not watch Into the Woods. Sorry. I would ask you if you know remember what the second week's films are. Second week's films, if you remember what they are, which you pick. Oh, second week's films. Do you want me to tell them? I think I remember them. Maybe I don't. Hold on. No, I don't. I have them written down. I don't remember them. Why did you want me to? I'm not gonna spill the beans that much, Chris. Jeez. But I do have them written down. They were good. Oh, yes, I do. I think. Oh, yeah. I remember. I mean, I don't know if that. I get these little weird creative spurts. They may be, smoke induced. Poor Chris. Chris was like, man, you're just like spouting shit out left and right. All right, we're going to pull these peppers out. Poor Chris. Y'all put up with me, and I love you for it. So we're going to pull these off, and we are going to cut these in strips. Careful, they're hot. Okay. About a bite, 2 bites. Cut them in long strips. Cut them in half. And then we're going to leave a third of these on the board. And a third of them are going to go into the bowl. Just pull them off as they're ready. Don't rush them. What we're going to do, man, I don't miss this little board, this little table. Get your blender out, because we're almost time for that. The other third that you're putting aside are going to go in this blender. Okay? And what we're essentially doing here is we're going to blend some of this up with the tomato sauce and that chicken stock. And the rest of it, we're going to leave nice and chunky. So you got some peppers in there while you're eating the pasta, right? How we doing on time, Hubs? Time? 6:30. All right, we'll move it along. These peppers off here. Let's get that sausage on the grill. Sausage is only going to take about 10 minutes. They're huge sausage. See, I don't think I plan on being as ridiculous as I am. It just comes out. Talking about the huge sausage. Keep everything moving. Don't burn anything. There you go. Cut some of these up. Hello. Yep, we hear you. Here in Chicago, we have all these alleys that run along the back of the buildings. Chicago buildings generally are incredibly narrow and incredibly long because back in the day when they were building all this stuff, you were taxed based on the width of land that you were using, which is bizarre, I know. So they would just go, okay, then we're going to use a whole block length, and then we're just going to make the width really short. So they all have alleys behind them as well. And the beeping you're hearing is because people like to tear down the alleys like they're streets. When you come to another cross street, you beep. So that way, if you hit somebody, you can be like, I beeped, it's your fault. Doesn't matter in Chicago. All right. Poor Chris. Mr. Chris, what smoke are you on at this point? 12. So jelly. I can't smoke before the show. You guys can tell. You can definitely tell when I've smoked and when I haven't. Okay, again, we're just cutting this stuff into like bite-sized chunks for the bowl. And then just to help it blend up a little bit. Ooh, it's hot. Yeah, I wish I could smoke. I can smoke and cook. I just can't smoke and cook and talk and try to look halfway decent for the camera and talk to Hub, to you, and listen to beeping, and it's just too much. So smaller onions are just going to go in the bowl for the pan. All right, so pretty much we're down to just tomatoes and sausage on the grill, and that's exactly what we want. Man, the tomato grilled smell is like, there is no way to describe. Nothing else smells like grilling tomatoes. It's that sweet, deep, rich grill smell. Just trying to get a little char on these sausage, which is awesome. Yeah, it's amazing. You can get those fire roasted tomatoes, which are really good. And this is how you do it. These don't take long because they're so filled with water. They don't take long to grill at all. In fact, I put the sausage at the hottest point and get those tomatoes on the cooler parts. Okay. All right, garlic in here as well. Let me get these last couple peppers and onions diced up. I'm not going to put much more in. Go away, flies. Ooh. Happy summer, by the way. Oh, before I forget, the other thing I wanted to talk about, see, we got so much going on right now, is Mutant Independence Day. I don't know if you participated in Mutant Memorial Day. It was a fabulous 5-movie tweet-along on Memorial Day, sponsored by, again, Mutant Cafe, Mutant Theater 2, Monster Movie Happy Hour, MutantFam.com, and Lurking Transmission. I think I got everybody. I think that's all. Oh, and Killer Horror Critic. We all each picked a movie that sort of went with Memorial Day, or a little veteran theme, or a little war theme, and that was Memorial Day. So it was so much fun, and we had so many people tweeting along with us throughout the day. 1 movie, 2 movie, all of the movies. Thank you for those who put Jaws 3, my pick. So that was so much fun. We're going to do an Independence Day because, again, some of us are still stuck in. We're opening up slowly. Hubs and I are not going anywhere. We're not worried about this opening up because it's just too early for us. So we are sticking around. So we're doing Independence Day, Mutant Independence Day. Man, now I'm gonna try to guess these movies or remember what the movies are. I know I'm doing at the very, very end. The 5th movie is The Bay. We're starting with Mutant Theater 2 is doing Uncle Sam. That movie is highly tweetable and highly smokable. Hey, Hubs, can you take this? Sorry. Then after that, Monster Movies Happy Hour is doing, I don't know. Somebody in the chat room, please tell me, Chris. The other thing we're going to do is we're going to take about half this chicken stock, and we're going to hit blend here. I know we're doing Silver Bullet. That's, oh, I know it. Okay, so we're starting with Uncle Sam. Then we're going to I Still Know What You Did Last Summer, which is MutantFam.com, which is Frank's movie, because last marathon he did I Know What You Did Last Summer. This one's I Know What You Did Last Summer, because, come on, it's got Brandy, it's got Jack Black, it's got, Reanimator, Jeffrey Combs. It's just a better movie. Give it a roll while I ramble. Okay, maybe just a few little chunks of those veg in there, yummy. We're also doing scare packages. That's Monster Movie Happy Hours, scare packages, and we're doing the last drive-in version. Yay! And then, because that also has a 4th of July segment. And then Killer Horror Critics is doing Silver Bullet, and then I'm doing The Bay. That's all 5 movies. Yay, I did it. Hubs, when you have a second, I'll take another beer as well, please. Because come on, I just did that. I haven't had enough beer.
Yes, boss.
That's. We got the garlic in here. We got some of those veg in there. We got the rest of the veg right here. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take that can of tomatoes and spatula. A lot of bending. And that beer. Piece of onion for Daddy Man. Ooh, grilled onion. Come on. Oh, so good. Get that tomato puree right in there. Great about that can. Being messy today. It's outside. Thank you, Hubs. All right, so we are not blending that up again. Take this off. Get rid of this base. All right, I don't need this recipe anymore. Stove top. Not the stuffing. So we got our stove top. Let's get that on. Cannot see if it's on. There we go. Yep, it's on. And it is on high. Just get that sauce in there. Look at that. Yes, please. Yum, 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 yum. Hubs has got that pasta in. If you haven't done so yet, get that pasta in. Bucatini takes 7 to 12 minutes. We're going to go about 8 or 9. Yum. That tastes like a V8, but better. You just made a V8. Right? We're going to put all that excess veg in there. Yum. Not excess veg. That makes it sound like it's bad veg. All that delicious, yummy veg that you cut up. Give those tomatoes a quick flip. Get some salt and pepper in that sauce, which I will do in 1 second. Tomatoes are starting to get nice and toasty. So is that sausage. Almost ready. You're just going to bring that sauce up to a boil. Let's hit it with some some pepper, some salt. Just making shit up now. Some Italian dried herbs. Ooh. You always know the sausage is done when it starts flaming up. That means that oil is coming right out of there, which is delicious. Great. And this is my lecture of the day. You should be growing your own herbs. Check out that thyme. All right? You can go out in your garden or on your windowsill. Everybody has some kind of light coming into their house somewhere. Doesn't have to be this big. This thing, honestly, a couple weeks ago was like a half this size. So I just caught all that fresh lemon, thyme, yum. Dried is great. Especially if dried is all you have. I get it. There's not a problem with dried. But this is so much better. We talked about it before. You don't need nearly as much as this fresh of the fresh because dried is condensed. The oils are concentrated, so it's much stronger. And with this lemon thyme, I'm pulling it off the stem, but you don't have to be that picky because the stem is super soft. Yum.
You want to make a drinking game of
You want to make a drinking game of Hub's hand appearing. I like that. Drink every time Hub's hands appear. I'm down with that. Great. So we're just boiling this up. Getting all this thyme in here. Give it a nice stir with my favorite wooden spatula. Oh man. Dude, that smells so good. So good, I just said dude. Oh, man. I'm going to put just the rest of this chicken stock in here just to thin it out a little bit. It's too thick and kind of like a tomato paste. That's definitely not what you want. I'm going to pull these tomatoes off. We're just going to give them a nice rough chop. Look at that. That char marks, so good. Grilling anything is delicious. You'd be surprised what you can grill. You can grill seafood, but if you got a mushy one like this, you start right in. How's that pasta doing, House? Oh, pasta's done. I don't know where House went. He's wandering around. He's watching Hellraiser on Shudder. Gee, what are we watching for the first movie? Darcy and I had this little Twitter conversation. They like to play the games. Shudder likes to tell you who's going to be on there, so more people will watch, because more people that watch, the higher the budget for season 3, or the more likely there's going to be a season 3. We get it. But we do like to play our games, right? Marketing. All we're doing is we're just kind of chunking these. Nice big chunks.
He wants to know what your favorite kind of barbecue sauce is.
I am so madly in love with the North Carolina barbecue sauce because it's mustardy. It's got a nice, heavy chunk of mustard. Yeah, what is the brand on that? Lily's. Lily's has 5 or 6 different barbecue sauces. It's a little small brand. Here you go. There's a hands. Drink. Hub's hands. This is, Lily's, Lillie''S. This is their hot and smoky, and it is both hot and smoky. And they have a delicious North Carolina, like I said, that has some mustard in it, which is delicious. They also have a white, creamy barbecue sauce that is really good if you're having spicy barbecue wings. Good question, Pete. He's always got the good questions. He's always thinking. All right, so we're going to get tomatoes in here, nice and chunky. Again, you don't want to go through all this mess. Feel free to, you can get those cans of roasted tomatoes. It's going to give you sort of the same flavor. I need that actually. Can you just run that and bring it back? We didn't think this one out. Can you tell? There's a lot going on right now. We got so many things coming up. Friday Night Frights. We got. Oh, so that is on 4th of July, which is Saturday, by the way. That Mutant Independence Day, Saturday, 2 o'clock Eastern time. I think that's 2, 1, 12, 11 o'clock Pacific time. Hub's hand drink. That's going to be awesome. And it goes all the way. My movie doesn't even start until 11 o'clock Eastern time. So all day long, you are going to be watching fun movies and tweeting along. All right. This is getting nice and thick and yummy. All right, Hubs, I am ready for that pasta. I'm also going to pull this sausage off. How are we doing on time, babe?
15 minutes.
Yeah, 15 minutes. Perfect. 15 minutes, y'all. And then we're down to the 1 hour countdown. Hub's hands, drink. Gently. Get this Bucatini in there. This is where it gets real messy. Comes through. Oh yeah, real messy. Got pasta in there. And we've talked about this trick before, but if you were not on that episode or haven't watched that episode, you always want to get your pasta after you cook it into your sauce for at least a couple minutes, because what's going to happen is, well, first of all, always cook your pasta a minute or two less than what the package says. Second of all, make a wetter sauce, a little looser than you would like. Then throw your pasta in, cook it for a couple minutes. The pasta's going to suck up that sauce. Pasta, which is delicious. Don't get me wrong. I didn't get this gut because I don't like pasta. But it's going to suck up a little bit of that sauce. And so every noodle is going to have a little bit of that yummy tomato sauce flavor. All right, just keep stirring. Man, this looks good, y'all. It smells like a state fair. Ooh, it's hot. But at the same time, you got the pasta in there, which again, who doesn't like pasta? I dare someone to say they don't like pasta. If you don't like pasta, you haven't had the right pasta. Yeah, Hubs hates pasta. Mr. Sicilian boy over there. Just hates it. Didn't you say your grandma used to make pasta like with every meal, like a little, little pasta, just a little, maybe a starter or something. Always a pasta with every meal. All right, let's pull these sausage up here. Look at those. Daddy made sausage. Hello. All right, we're gonna pull 2 of these off because you want these to rest for a minute. I'm gonna leave the other 2 on there for now. Not worry about them. Just a touch more salt. Touch more pepper. The kitty's laying over here. I've never seen Bernadette, I don't think. If you were watching the early ones when we used to use this table, you saw Bernadette all the time. Not so much with the big table. Would you like this, Hubs? And we're done with salt and pepper. Like my go-to buster today. We're done with this olive oil. We're done with this. Poor Hubs. Lots of hands though. Drink, 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 drink. That's like 4 drinks right there. All right, so we're letting that sausage rest, as we always do with meat. As soon as you pull it out of the oven, as soon as you pull it off the grill, whatever, give it a couple minutes. If you go in and cut right now, all that juice is going to come out. So if you let it cool down just slightly, that meat is going to suck the juice back in. Sorry, Darcy. Every time I talk about meat and juice and things like that, I just figure vegetarians of the world, sorry, Evan, is probably like, oh. It is what it is. I like the meat. See, it just comes out. I don't plan it. All right. This is looking so yummy. This is it, y'all. State Fair food is over. Started with those yummy, yummy pimento cheese stuffed jalapeno poppers. What's your favorite so far? Anyone in the chat room? I mean, we've done a lot. Fried pink tomatoes we just did. We did those walking tacos, which were delicious, beef and chicken. We did the beef burger version, 2 all beef patties, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, and no bun. What else have we done, babe? I can't remember right now. Cook them, and then they go out of my head. Because I'm on to the next one, which is SpaghettiOs. I'm so excited. He said once he cleans it up, he completely forgets about it. We've fried a lot. We made French fries with the Detroit chili, Coney dog chili. We've fried so much, it's not even funny. Feel it coming out of my pores. It's summertime. We are not frying anything, I don't think, in this Friday night TV dinners. All right, we're just going to make nice, big chunks of this sausage. You want to taste it? All right, I'm going to go one at a time. Don't go skimpy on these. I like the big chunks. Sometimes I just want to taste a big chunk of the sausage. Drink. Should drink every time Daddy Man says something that sounds vaguely sexual. Sausage is rolling everywhere. Man, this sausage is good. Local sausage is great. Again, we've talked about this before. When you're using a key ingredient like the sausage or something like that, pay the extra $1 or $2 and get a good quality thing. You want your main ingredients to have a delicious taste. So like this Bucatini is from an Italian market. We paid an extra $1 or $2, yeah, but it's good. It's Friday night dinner. It's a celebration dinner. You can spend an extra $1 or $2. Scrimp a little bit on your lunch. Have some fried bologna sandwiches or something. Right, so we got 2 of these in here. I think that's enough for now because this pan is crammed. I would, do these other 2, obviously, at some point. Woo. All right. Let's get this out of the way. And let's get our pretty, pretty bowl. I got it. Let's get our parm. Because we are ready to eat. Who's ready to eat? Anyone? Anybody hungry? What are y'all eating tonight if you're not eating this? Hubs is sassy tonight. It's warm and Hubs gets sassy. All right, let's dish this bad boy up. That thick, chewy, delicious, eggy bucatini pasta. Got a nice big portion there. Twist. One more.
Several people are having pizza tonight.
Pizza. Pizza's the way to go, man. We like pizza. How flexible is pizza? What do you guys do on pizza? Do so much with pizza. I like just a basic margarita pizza. Mozzarella, the big Italian tomato slices, basil. Then you can go crazy. We like the everything pizza. Hey, babe, can I have a spoon to scoop some of this out, please? Running Hubs ragged tonight.
And a spoon.
He's earning that half penny. Just something to scoop some of the sauce onto this pasta. Oh. Thank you, sir. Hand, drink. He likes this game a little too much. And get some of that sauce on there. Some of this delicious sausage. Noodle down. Okay, get some of these peppers. Make sure you get the peppers in there. Roasted peppers are so good. You can buy roasted peppers in a jar. If you really want to speed this thing up, you can throw some some sausage in a pan, get it frying up. You could do roasted peppers out of a jar. You could do the roasted tomatoes out of a jar. I mean, you could do this thing in a matter of like probably 20 minutes if you wanted to. Especially in the winter when you're not going to obviously be out grilling. All right, a little bit more of those peppers and onions. We're done. That is it. The last episode of State Fair Food, y'all. I hope this satisfied your need for state fair food. You know, a lot of us are not going to be able to get to our fairs, our carnivals, our festivals. Chicago has over 100 street fairs that happen in the summer, none of which are happening this year, which is such a bummer. But hopefully this has done it. A little on my pink dad shorts. Thanks, Tubbs. All right, that'll be 2 pennies. 2 pennies tonight. And a little Parmesan cheese. That's it. Y'all did it. Just under an hour. The sausage on there. That is the grilled sausage, peppers, and onions. Bucatini pasta. Smells unbelievable. And that is our last recipe from State Fair Food. Next week, Friday night TV dinners to go along with Friday night frights. Thank you guys so much for joining me. There's a quick view. I'll bring the cameras up in a second. I hope y'all try this. If you're not trying it tonight, try it sometime when you can get at that barbecue. How fun is a barbecue? You can bring your family out. You can all sit around. You can have a cocktail with some friends. Barbecue's the perfect way to cook in the summer. That's it. I hope you all enjoyed that. Thank you again so much for joining me, for joining us as you do every week. We will see you next week for Friday night TV dinners. As I just said, SpaghettiOs. I've said it like 40 times. Drink every time I say SpaghettiOs. SpaghettiOs, SpaghettiOs. Get ready for the last drive-in finale with Hellraiser 2. Yay! Or Hellraiser 5. Yay! And the second movie, which could be who knows, but I know it's going to be Kuzo. Maybe I'm just going to turn it off and watch Kuzo. I would never do that. But get ready for the finale. I hope to see you in the tweets, and I hope to see you guys next week. Thank you so much again for joining us. Hi, kitty kitty. That pasta's not for you. Excuse me. Let's get the Twitter up on that plate. you go. There's your pasta. Yum, yum, yum. Enjoy, enjoy, enjoy. Little grilled sausage action. Thank you, Twitter, for joining me. Make that pasta. Enjoy the last drive-in. Love you guys. Bye. And for the YouTubers, I don't know if you're all going to reach. There's the pasta. Yum. Delicious, delicious. Check out that grill. And one quick look. Go. Say goodnight, Chicago. All right, I will see you guys in the tweets. Thank you for joining me. I really appreciate it. See you in the tweets.